So it's about time that we rank each player against each other. But instead of doing this the good old-fashioned way, like placing one player after another in chronological order, we're going to rank these all-time offensive greats in a pyramid style. Now, I'm sure most of you guys know how a pyramid style ranking works, but for those who don't, each tier level represents a certain level of competence and a skill. So players in the same tier level are roughly around the same skill level as each other. The higher you go up the pyramid, the better the players get. So anyways, to start us off here, we're gonna go over the lowest tier of this pyramid, which is the honorable mentions. And I'm calling them the honorable mentions and not just tier 5 for a reason. The players that make up this list are Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid. I put these players at honorable mention because I'm not really directly comparing them against the other competitors we'll see on here. I think for these players, it's a little bit too early to really give them a concrete ranking on here. These 9 players definitely have potential to rank pretty high on this pyramid. As a matter of fact, I think most of them will rank pretty high on here by the end of their career. We'll just have to let time tell. At tier 4, this is where we actually start this pyramid. On tier 4, we have James Harden, Steph Curry, Dirk Nowitzki, Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony, Dominique Wilkins, Shaq, Moses Malone, and Julius Erving. And you could probably throw other names on here like Larry Bird, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Adrian Dantley, and George Gervin. These players represent the first threshold of historically elite scorers. All of them have proven to be high-end scorers in the league for at least a decade or so. Truly memorable offensive players. Now, at tier 3 is where we really start getting specific about individuals. Tier 3 represents the truly historic scorers of the league, the guys that are above the players we just talked about, the best of the best. And tier 3 is composed of 4 players: Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, up until LeBron James, was the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. The man was the most unstoppable force down low offensively. Kareem was the only player in NBA history to truly master the skyhook, which is widely considered the most unguardable shot. He's the pinnacle of scoring longevity. Now, you know Wilt Chamberlain is a good scorer when people don't even believe to this day that his 100-point game ever happened. The man was a statistical anomaly. His scoring stats literally looked like my career games. Despite me talking about how playing in a faster paced era inflates his numbers, playing north of 45 minutes a game for the majority of your career and averaging 30 plus points a game is out of this world impressive. Karl Malone is a man that's very slept on in the topic of scoring. He has more career points than anyone in NBA history, unless your name is LeBron or Kareem. He averaged 25 points a game for 19 seasons, from 1985 to 1998. In Malone's first 13 seasons, do you want to guess how many games he missed in that stretch? Maybe around 60 or 50, that seems realistic. No, he missed only 5 games. The consistency from Malone was unreal. And finally, we have Kobe Bryant, who is just an assassin out on the court. In terms of scoring, Kobe really had no weakness. He can shoot the long ball, he definitely could shoot the midi, he could shoot near the rim, he could take you off the dribble, he could catch and shoot, he could post you up. There wasn't a way he couldn't score on you. And what sucks even more for his opponents is that he did this pretty consistently for a 2-decade-long career. Now, moving on to tier 2, we have 2 players. 2 of the 3 most terrorizing bucket getters of all time, LeBron James and Kevin Durant. I might be breaking the pyramid rules a little bit here, but I would probably rank LeBron James as my second greatest scorer of all time, slightly over KD. I mean, what hasn't there already been said about LeBron James? 21 seasons of averaging 27 a night, still averaging 25 points a game to this day. You see, LeBron James hasn't had any individual scoring seasons that blow you away like Wilt Chamberlain in 1962 or Kobe in 2006 or Harden in 2019. LeBron hasn't had any historical standout games like Wilt's 100-point game and Kobe's 81-point game. But the sheer consistency and tenacity of LeBron's scoring over his whole career rightly lands him in tier 2. And Kevin Durant, who was pretty much just like Kobe but 5 inches taller. I mean, once this guy gets into his hezzy pull-up, there's quite literally nothing you can do about it. I mean, if 7'5", freakishly athletic Victor Wembanyama can't even stop it, then what's the point of even trying for the 99.9% of hoopers? KD, similar to LeBron, has shown out of this world consistency, still averaging 30 a game in season 16. But to really think that there's a player that's somehow a better scorer than both LeBron James and Kevin Durant, it would be impossible. Who on planet Earth could ever think of a better scorer? Well, I can. It's Michael Jordan, lonely at the top of the pyramid. You know you're the best scorer of all time when you've played twice as many seasons where you've led the league than you haven't led the league. And Michael Jordan struck fear into his opponents' souls when they were playing defense. Michael Jordan was an offensive force that the league couldn't even fathom at the time. The all-time leader in points per game, playoff points per game, has the highest scoring prime in modern NBA history, and leads the NBA in per 100 possession points per game of any player that's played at least a decade. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in watching more about this topic, go click on the full-length video linked right here.